Good morning, Village Church. It's Saturday morning, about 4:50. I woke up this morning thinking about tomorrow's message and just trying to be prepared for what is probably one of the biggest days we've had as a church. And woke with the thought of doing this, something that wasn't part of the Immeasurably More communication plan, but felt like just wanted to. Uh, Well, firstly, remind everybody about tomorrow. Tomorrow is our Commitment Sunday, so it's obviously a pretty big day. Um, but more than that, just really communicate the heart of what it is we've been working on these past several weeks. Really, a project that we've been working on for a couple of years now. As we talk about the future of our church and making the investment in this building, raising the $2 million to fix the roof and the parking lot and the windows and do the addition and upgrade the student venue, all the things we're talking about doing, which is a mix of a lot of things. I've been studying this week some of the big capital campaigns in Scripture, where God's people kind of pull their resources to invest in future things. Moses takes up the offering for the tabernacle. David to build what would be Solomon's would eventually build the temple. The one that stuck out to me was I was reading in Nehemiah, where of course Nehemiah rebuilds the temple walls in 52 days. That was an impressive feat. Um, but he started with support from the pagan emperor Artaxerxes. And I was laughing because it felt similar because part of this $2 million project for us starts with $1.2 million that we're getting from federal and local grants, and what we're trying to do now is raise the other $800,000 between the village, and I'm working, of course, on the next fundraiser for the Joshua's Place supporters, and so doing everything we can to turn over every rock to do. The work that needs to be done at the building. But the village part of this is different. It's a unique opportunity for us. Not unusual. We've raised money before when we moved into the gym during COVID. Every year, this little church raises over $100,000 to give away to Joshua's Place, Celebrate Recovery, and Vitas Planus. And so we've got good muscle memory on these kind of things. But I can't deny this one feels weighty to me. I've been struggling a little bit this week with the sermon. Not that goodness, I've preached on money and dozens and dozens of times. I was sharing that with Nona, and she said, "Well, what's the main point of the sermon?" She'll ask me that sometimes when I'm telling her I'm stuck. And I said, "Well, the main point is that generosity is sacrificial." She laughed and she said, "Well, that ain't going to sell." I said, "You're right. Maybe I'll just tell them if they give, God's going to give them a Cadillac. That'll be a little easier." That was a joke, of course. But the reality is it is. Generosity, sacrificial. It's what I'm going to talk about tomorrow. But it's also part of God's design that his people in faith step out and do the hard things, that we get to participate in his plans, sometimes in tangible ways, like what this campaign is all about. And so this morning, that was my waking thought, was the encouragement. As I was praying, I just asked the Lord, what is it that would be an encouragement to our church? Because I feel like we've done a good job of communicating the need while respecting, the James 2 caution about showing favoritism towards, people with means, and making sure that the message hits everyone the same, that we invite everybody to participate, that it isn't just about the total dollar amount, but the unity of our church coming together and doing this. And so the thought I had, I believe it was the Lord, was he took me back to a very familiar passage to me that was the prompting for Nona and I to come to South Lebanon originally. Gosh, probably 22, 23 years ago in Isaiah 58, where the Lord's calling Israel to a fast. And he's calling them to a fast that isn't religious, but is pure in its intent. And it goes beyond just the deprivation of food, but that they would give of their time and their money to be focused on being the kind of nation that he was calling them to. And so he calls them to sacrifice, but then he also gives them this promise. I just want to read to you Isaiah 58. I'll be in verse 11. The Lord will guide you always. He'll satisfy your needs in a sun-scorched land. He'll strengthen your frame. You'll be like a well-watered garden, like a spring whose water never fails. Your people will rebuild the ancient ruins and will raise up the age-old foundation. You'll be called repairer of broken walls, restorer of streets with dwellings. But we're not restoring a street, we're restoring parking lots and the roofs. But I think the parallels there in many ways, not just that we're doing something to fix something old, to make it new again, but that we're stepping out in faith and we're doing it with the intent of benefit that we may not see, but certainly our children, our children's children would see, and may not even be just for our church, but for the community that God has called us to serve in. And so tomorrow's a big part of that. If you can't make it, I understand, but would love for you to participate. Would love for you to share. And if you don't have the information you need, please reach out to us. We've got plenty of resources to talk about what we're doing. And so, in any event, just wanted to get on this morning and ask you to be praying with me, to be there tomorrow, Sunday morning, 11 o'clock, for this final kind of installment of our Immeasurably More series, our Commitment Sunday, and ask that you would join us in this campaign that is about the future, about our place, and about the generations to come. God bless you guys. See you tomorrow morning.